Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Agascles Stamus with another episode of My Gaming Diary on the Rounding Off Infinity YouTube gaming channel. So, I am back on the Lenovo Y50 after a 2-day hiatus, during which I spent rebuilding this PC, so to speak. I don't know if you watched the last video or two, but basically, no way. So I'm really amazed. I didn't realize that Need for Speed Most Wanted was doing cloud save. So actually, I've reinstalled this game and it is restored from the cloud save. So it's actually back where I was before. So the issue is that a basically destructive install of the most recent NVIDIA GeForce driver update basically bricked this machine, so it became unplayable. That's right. Hold on, I gotta correct you. I have learned a lesson the hard way that when playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, that you really need to disable the music since it's all copyright protected. Otherwise, your video will get taken down. So, so I just eliminated that. So, at any rate. Circuit race. Okay. One thing I need to check. So it loaded my cloud save as far as my progress, but I don't know if that means that. No. So, it's a good thing I checked that because it did not reset all my graphic settings back to what they were. Oh, where'd that jump back? Yeah, we'll keep that. So, okay, that's good enough. Control settings. I think I'm pretty good at everything else. And I realize now, that's horrible on the controls. I wonder if that's a calibration issue. And I wonder if I had tuned the steering settings a lot better because of everything that I'd done configuring this for wheel and pedals. Or maybe I wonder if this is one of those games that has a Xbox 360 controller specific calibration setting. Looks like it's already set for that. It does seem like it's driving a little better now. So, oh, cop, slow down. So I got a really bad driver update. It bricked my system. Would no longer boot. I restored from an image. Um, and then reapplied the same GeForce driver update that I had before the bricking happened. But at that point, I hadn't isolated the problem down to the driver being the root cause. And as soon as I applied that update, it started exhibiting the same behavior. So at that point, I deleted the driver, and the system would boot again, but performance was really horrible, and the system was really unstable. So at that point, it looked like something really invasive had gone on during the install, and I just wasn't going to be able to get things back. What I could have done is I could have gone in and tried to more aggressively uninstall the graphics card and associated driver, maybe deleted the entire NVIDIA folder, maybe even deleted the GeForce Experience application and folder. But I didn't try all those things, and I wound up just giving up and doing a factory restore of the system. Now, in some ways, that's kind of good in the old style where, I would typically blow away my operating system on a PC and reinstall it and rebuild it from the ground up. But in this day and time, I don't do that any longer, and I really feel that's unnecessary. So, I expended a lot of time trying to restore this machine that I would have just as soon not. But for whatever it's worth, I have it back. I've installed, I don't know, about 48 games across my libraries from Steam, Origin, good old games. So right now it seems to be working, although my plan had been to play Dirt 2, and I was not able to get Dirt 2 to start. That crashed out because it said there was a file it was looking for that I didn't find. So I'm not really sure what that's about. It looks like it was something specific to Dirt 2, so I won't blame NVIDIA and Lenovo and Microsoft on that, but again, I was in the same position. I was kind of feeling like if this was yet another glitch or problem, I was definitely going to give up because I lost quite a number of days of productivity monkeying around with this instead of gaming or watching movies or reading comics. So this is at the airstrip, and it's almost midnight on Friday the 19th of August. I'm just starting gaming and running a game capture, so again, not too pleased about the impact to my productivity this week. This is probably not the best car for this competition. Control is wonky enough as it is, and would I have gone off a cliff right there? Man. Yeah, I should have grabbed that Mitsubishi while I was there. This car is hecka fast, but right now the steering doesn't feel too precise. Again, I'm not sure if that's because of calibration on my end or this car, but should have hit that ramp. No. We're supposed to leave the airfield. Well, the good news is these laps are really long, so there's actually a chance that I could recover that lost time, assuming that I don't make the same mistake on the next lap. That's why they're coming back at you, because don't misread that. Brutal crash. So, my game capture equipment tonight is pretty much the same as it was in the session before the Y50 got destroyed. So, I'm using the Osdom 1080p webcam, the Samsung Go mic for game commentary audio. I am using that with a pop filter, so hopefully audio quality will be a little bit more cleaned up than the norm. I am doing the game capture with the Elgato HD60, and that's being pumped over to my HP Slimline 410-030 desktop, which I use for video capture. Come on, man. Ooh. Horrible. Come on. Alright, let's see if that's a matter of calibration, because yeah, there's no way to calibrate it if it's a 360 controller, so
auto log alert.
alright, so we're going to try and run those back and see if I can do any better. Ooh, tea is really bitter tonight. Or it sit too long, steeping. So And of course, for gaming, I'm on the Lenovo Y50 with the Xbox 360 wired version controller. This one I've got my grips on it. Although for whatever reason, I don't use. You get some nubs for this too. And this race just might be a matter of you just really need to know and understand the track. Come on now, there's no way that Mustang should be catching this GT. I was going to try and take that ramp and see if that would help at all. So I always catch the guy who almost went off the edge. Oh no. Frack. So this gaming session may entirely be about me trying to figure out how to come in at least third on this race. Ouch. Great. You might as well restart it. You know, and as far as getting the GT under control, that might be a matter of using a lot more half throttle, especially on the turns and corners. So it's a real shame that the problem with the Lenovo Y50 happened, because this should be one of the best weeks of streaming, gaming, and capturing ever, because this is about the best computer lab space that I've ever had in a place. You know, and over the next months and years, I'm sure you'll get to see more of the room. If you watch me on different podcasts and catch videos on this channel. So I'm all over the back of this guy. I'm clearly going to overtake him. What a great thing to pull off on a Friday night of gaming in your last hour of game capture. A couple times playing this and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit now. Really awesome things have happened in the last few minutes of a gameplay session. Come on, focus. I'm in third, so if I can hold on to that, that's kind of all I need. Obviously, I would like to do better than third, but I'm back into fourth. Come on. Lap 2. Alright, so I've already hit that ramp once. Nice lead on the straightaway. What? That's some straight BS right there. Way to out corner him. Third lap. So there's a ton of places where you can lose it, and I have lost it. But I will say there's also lots of chances for overtaking on this course. Oh, you just ran the half pipe. Car's completely unsettled though, can't get it back under control. Man, just couldn't reel it back in after I shot the half pipe on that. So, whoa. All right, I'll be doing that again. Oh, and for headphones, for in-game audio, I'm using the Samsung SR 850s tonight. Now for audio, so I think I went through this somewhat in the last video, but since my setup is the same, I have the same problem of where normally I would split my own in-game audio out for my own listening off of the monitor. But this monitor, which is an Acer 23-inch LCD, does not have audio out. So what I'm actually doing is I'm coming out of the headphone jack on the Lenovo Y50 So I'm coming out of the side of the Lenovo Y50 headphone jack with a RCA, with a 3.5mm to RCA dual splitter cable. So that cable lines up terminating with two male RCA connectors, white and red, but the module also has two female connectors on the back end. So come on, man. I don't understand how, like, when you crash this car or get hit or hit a side, whatever, like, it remains unstable for, like, right, like a full 20 seconds after that. Jeez, come on. So off the male connectors, I hook up a RCA female to 3.5 millimeter mini plug conversion cable, and run that to the Elgato HD60's analog audio input port. And then, come on, what the? So ridiculous. Now, the one good thing about this race is at least there's no heat, so I'm not also avoiding cops and dealing with that whole thing. So then off the two female ports on the back end of that module, I connect a RCA male to female 3.5 millimeter conversion cable, and plug the SR 580s into that, or SR 850s into that. So I'm able to take the audio out of the Lenovo and split it and send one signal to the Elgato HD60 for the game capture, which then gets shot over to the HP Slimline 410, and then sends the same audio signal to my headphones. The other way I could do that would be breaking it out from my mixer, which would give me better sound, but it's a slightly more complicated setup. So I eschewed that option for last gaming session and this one, just to keep the complexity down. What that would buy me is more refined control over at least the audio that I'm bringing into my headphones. So, and pretty much everything does sound better coming out of the mixer. So, but like I said, I elected not to go that route this time. I don't know if this camera, because it's got a little cable string on it, I don't know if it's been floating off, so hopefully I'm still in the webcam video. See, I want to go half throttle on some of those, but then you also have the problem of I'm constantly behind, so I just haven't yet gotten to a point where I feel like the increased control is worth will give me the position advantage that I need. I am using a little more half throttle on this run, so. The other thing, of course, though, is when you're not putting power to the tires, it's not helping your traction. Come on. Well, at least when it reset me on the track to put my nose on the track, it didn't Because when that guy hit me, as you could see, I actually ended up pointing perpendicular across the tracks. At least it didn't. It's really aggravating. Just gonna drive it off the cliff deliberately here. Because I'm so frustrated. It's the only racing game that I've played where the Ford GT is just a horrible car. I will say the game looks good. So I'm not sure what the mystery of this thing is, but I've got to figure this out. But I will definitely stick with this until I beat it, but I'd also like this to not be the only thing I get done tonight. I actually feel like I negotiated that slalom there. Like I've been doing that better when I was just going through it full barrel. So ridiculous. Alright, come on, this is the run right here. Come on, this is it, this is it, this is it. I almost convinced myself that I could brake in corner. But I thought the better of it at the last minute. Ooh. I was so focused on making my run down the track that I almost missed that truck coming out of there. blast it. I was just saying it does help immensely when you get out of traffic and are just able to make a clean run. Now I got this jerk hole right behind me. Last lap and I've slipped back to 4th place. Jeez. Just a violent track. Like if you were running this for real, your kidneys would be destroyed right now. There we go. Told you this was going to be the run. Ugh. I had to pick a hard event. Okay, so if I have restored this thing and I get no more issues, and I'm actually able to get, 6 to 12 more months of consistent, stable gaming out of it, then, doing the reinstall makes me a hero, but if I'm only, if this is like the last decent game I'm able to play on, then I'll just have done nothing but wasted my time. I hope that is not the case. Given serious consideration to, after this event, to just not doing PC gaming at all and just going, gaming on my Xbox One, PS4, and my other systems that I have. I don't get enough game time on because I'm constantly farkling around with making PCs run. It's sun flare. Now I believe this is this course that I ran a lot with the not Camaro, with the Corvette. I've had a lot of problems too because the Corvette is so powerful and squirrely. And what makes me angry is after all that, I'm still only in 4th. And I'm definitely one of the fastest cars out here in the field. Man, I just totally misread that track. And I saw that T-corner come up and I was just like, I can't be a dead end to this road. Mainly because that's not the way, that wasn't the track configuration before. So the game threw me a curve and I did just totally lock up. only got another 0.6 miles. I'm obviously not going to catch everybody. Almost vapor lock there again, too. Ugh, horrible. So I haven't earned any upgrades for this. Here we go. Now that's where I completely lost the pack last time. In that very first corner, so hopefully I am now sticking close enough that I can actually finish in a competitive position. The car just came up out of a cloud of smoke. I will say at least this race is fun and not just frustrating. Although that part was a bit just frustrating. Okay, so you go left coming out of that, that'll help. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be running this again. I don't see getting from, well, being in 6th is not as bad as being in 8th. So there's a possibility of making up some ground. I was trying to take him down, I wound up wiping myself out. This is supposed to be one of the harder events in this game, so I guess I shouldn't feel too horribly bad about having to play it multiple times to get it right. Guess I've got about 16 more minutes to get it worked out before I really need to try and get some sleep. Excuse me. Oh, what the heck was that? I see you. Let's restart that. So I'm not sure exactly how good my it looks like my audio mix may be a problem tonight. So I may not have it jacked up high enough. So hopefully it at least auto ducked a little bit tonight, so that'll help. But racing games are some of the toughest games to try and get the audio mix nailed right, just because the background noise of the engines tends to override your voice, even when you have the commentary audio jacked up pretty high. It probably didn't help. I didn't realize that I kind of was floating back to back off the screen as I've been playing. Mainly because that lens flare is just in my face and in my eyes and really making it hard to track where the track is going. Yeah, I'm going to have to back up again. So, again, I apologize if my audio commentary is really low volume tonight, but since we have guests staying, I'm trying to speak a little bit more softly than normal. And that, combined with me being congested and the background noise of the game, may lead to not so great commentary, but sorry for this last 16 minutes. I really need to do whatever I need to do to play comfortably. And worry less about the recording. It's not helping at all that it's a bad allergy night, so having problems seeing because my eyes are watering up. Sixth position is not going to win you much of anything. At least my time was faster than last time. Hate that more than anything, when they just come from behind you and ram you in the back after the end of a race. Alright, so as much as I want to nail this, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay up beyond my normally planned time just rerunning this event. So my hard drives on this workstation, I have two of the Seagate GoFlex drives, or Seagate Seagate flex drives hooked up to this workstation, and I had a ceiling fan installed in here yesterday, and the remnants of the old lighting fixture were on the floor next to the corner of this workstation. And I tripped over them and grabbed onto the table to steady myself. This table is not a full-blown, like 500-pound weighted workbench like the other workstations here. It is this little pony table that, if you've watched some of my other videos, I actually bought for the old house, mainly to mount my wheel and pedals on, because they wouldn't mount to the installed workbenches that were in that room. So, but here I'm actually using it as a bullnose workbench, meaning I've got it slotted and sitting perpendicular to two of the other workbenches. I also have it raised to its maximum height, since this is an adjustable workbench. The result being, it doesn't have the most stable base and footing in comparison to the other workbenches. So when I grabbed onto it to steady myself, it shook pretty violently, and both of those hard drives tipped over. One hit the floor. Amazingly enough, both drives are still functional as far as I can tell. Their total service life may have been reduced by those falls, but at least for right now, they're functional. And today I received a 4 terabyte hard drive that I'm going to be using to completely wipe some of the workstation hard drives that I'm using, just because I don't feel like being bothered trying to organize them and clean up the data. I just want to offload all the data and then just wipe those drives and kind of start fresh with a better organizational structure for storing my information and streams and stuff. So the point being, I'll get all of the data off these two drives that I care about before those drives fail, and then just be using them for shorter term storage. Relax, you've got to be kidding me. Yep. Just decided to let you two knuckleheads take yourselves out. Alright, now here's where I think... yeah, that works. No, it doesn't. Why am I in 7th? Almost completely missed that checkpoint. Come on, man. So I take back what I said about this track is at least fun. The last was more frustrating. That at least on that one I could understand when cars caught up to you, but like this is much more a straight run, and I do not understand how these cars who should at best be at parity with me are just, you know, totally catching up. Yeah, I'm definitely not staying up late. So I got 5 more minutes to figure this out. And I know that the secret to this is not ganking up these first few turns and getting like ridiculously behind. And that power slide through the last section might actually be the unlock that I was looking for. Could have done without hitting that civvy though. So I think that helped, and I pulled that off this time without losing a position. Come on. Yeah, I think another secret here is staying on the asphalt. Yeah, you're not going to make it again. And what's really frustrating is there are aspects of that run that were almost perfect. Come on. Ugh. I also dislike that you can't just restart the last event from that screen without doing all this. Good thing about this race, at least the skip opportunity for the intro video, which I haven't been using tonight. It's fairly early in that sequence. Ugh. Now that dude just totally just popped in right there. Yeah, I thought those cars were coming up out of the clouds. They're actually just popping in out of nowhere, spawning right in the middle of the road. And then, great game design, Criterion. A lot of stick waggle to get this car to handle properly. And there are just some of these turns that, like, you can't see anything. Right, and those are sort of things that are irritating, like... Right, so that guy just completely got somersaulted in the middle of the road, and yet he's already catching back up to me. Come on, man. He just stops his turn in the middle of the road like that? Ugh. Yeah, I'm definitely done with this mess. At least I didn't miss that turn this time. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know how he won that fight. Alright, well, for whatever it's worth, that's another game capture session on the Rounding Off Infinity YouTube gaming channel. I'm Gasically Stamus, who's thoroughly demoralized after playing a round of Need for Speed Most Wanted. That's as often the case. I thought I had, in the last few sessions, finally cracked the code on how to actually have some fun playing this game. Huh. So this car was not unlocked previously, I didn't think. Okay. Now I'm just curious to see how this handles. 4.4 miles, killing me. Hopefully handling on this is not the complete and utter nightmare that the Ford GT just was. Can't call that horrible. Although how it performs here may not have a lot to do with how it performs in an actual race. But we'll have an opportunity to check that out here shortly. Okay. That wasn't really part of the plan. Now, I do think Most Wanted does actually model damage, but it just doesn't, like... Come on, seriously? Doesn't really give you any kind of feedback as to what that damage might be, or... But I've definitely felt instances where the car is pulling to the left or right. Ugh. It's blew right by a cop. Ugh. Come on, dude. You look at the front of the car, it has like no damage. It's just the windshield's busted. Ooh, those look like two racers that just went by. 1 mile to the end. Cut. Oh, great. No, 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 no. Great. It's hilarious, because I did absolutely nothing to evade that. I think this is not actually a race event. I think this is a totally hot pursuit event or police combat event. These intro sequences are crazy. They're just completely nonsensical. Who's the cops? Damn. No, you did the wrong thing. There's a roadblock over there on the right. The bail left here. Blast it. Alright. Blast it. Come on, I didn't hit him. He. Great. Ugh. Come on. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get out of there, get out of there. Please let this be enough for me to clear the roadblock. I think I just did exactly that. I just need to get out of this area and come on. Come on, come on. almost makes me want to throw my controller at the freaking. Hates it. Alright. Well, at least I earned some more speed points or whatever. Alright, let's go get the Mitsubishi. Let's jump to the car. Ooh. Circuit race. Ugh. Great. I don't think I can consider anything that I've done in this game tonight a success, other than maybe figuring out that first event at the abandoned landing strip. I love the intercooler wine on this Mitsubishi. But nothing has sat well with me with this game tonight. Not the handling, not some of the cars. Great. Nice. And I've gone half the distance to the event, so hopefully that will be my only encounter with a cop before I get to the race. Yeah, if I had to I'll be amazed if this doesn't turn into just an explosive crash. But yeah, if I had to metaphor this game out, I would call this a more frustrating, less fun variant of Forza Horizons. And playing this actually makes me pretty excited for that game to release. It's probably the game I'm the most excited about coming out this fall, although admittedly I'm not tracking a lot of games that are coming out, so that's one of the few titles that is recognizable to me and sticks in my memory. Although I will say I'm kind of impressed by what I've seen in Battlefield 1 as well. Yeah, but it'll be nice to play Horizons 3 to wash the bad taste of this game out of my mouth. Yeah, I think I've already driven that car. Yeah, I really just feel like the steering model on this is off. I feel like when I had this set up and calibrated before I did this whole reinstall, that is a lot more precise. So with the reinstall, it's just hard for me to tell if that's just mistaken, a case of mistaken perception on my part, or if that's really the case. So I have no objective or intention to win this race. I actually just want a chance to take the Mitsu for a spin. Out of the way. Totally misread that. This is a nasty course. I thought that industrial run through Callahan was rough, but there were some of those points I just passed over where you could have wound up in the water if you hit one of those platforms incorrectly. I don't know. I also don't know if I'm hitting the right button for e-brake. I thought it was Y on this game. No, it's X. That's been one of my problems is when I thought I was e-braking, I have not been e-braking. I can't blame I can't place all the blame for my not playing well tonight on that, because admittedly I don't e-brake a huge ton, so yeah, you punks. So I'm happy that I've moved up a lot, but I'm not happy that I had second and now I'm back in third. No, I don't need any heat. Come on. Do not need this. Oh, I've missed a blasted checkpoint. Gotta be kidding me. These are these. In like fourth position, no hope of winning or coming in third. Cops on me. Ugh. Now what's ridiculous is this is going to pop out of this and drop me into the post race with all this heat in this area of town where it's impossible to avoid anybody or evade anyone. No reason for that other than it just wasn't part of the track. This is arbitrarily not going to let you off this. It's ridiculous. So I will just change the parameters of the problem. Change cars, change cars. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Please tell me that I can outrun them in this Lamborghini Countach. Can't tell which way the road's going. Come on. Turn towards him. So ridiculous. Come on. Come on, man. Cops in this game are ridiculous. Great, are you kidding me? It's just a whole exercise in futility. Ugh. Blasted, are you kidding me? You're gonna be blasted. It's just stupid. Stupid, stupid waste of my time. Great. Freaking Keystone Cops. Like, I just want this to be over. Come on. Oh, yeah. No, I can't get out. I-92. Rhino units are blocking the road. What does that mean? Yeah, that's brutal. This is the most repetitive, boring nonsense. Yeah, I see. So I don't understand how you enter cooldown and then like 2 seconds later there's a guy on top of you. Spike strips, great. It would just be nice if, like, on every other iteration of Need for Speed, it's actually making me want to freaking vomit. Blast it. Those things definitely look like ramps. I just want something like on every other iteration. Now that was a beautiful thing. Was that spike strip? Okay, now I've got a serious problem. You know, so I'm really curious as to how much more you can escalate. Come on. Oh, there's a bit more. Like, I don't understand why they would give you all these hooks for evasion, but, like, they don't work. So you can... Great. No intention of finding out what rhinos are. I can't come to a dead stop like that. Okay. Okay. Please let me evade this. No. Ugh. Unfreaking believable. I just want to go home. Gotta find a way out of the city. Now, where's that extra car? Please don't tell me that's a store car. It's not. Okay, so that's gonna have me come out behind the roadblock. Right turn. Ooh. Ooh. Come on. How did that wreck me? Ooh, he just dropped a spike strip. I see these guys coming on. Just like an idiot, I'm gonna get my car repaired. So we can't make a left because there's a cop down that way. I said, how'd they get a roadblock down there? Please tell me that's, yeah. Come on, man. It's totally my deficiency. Vapor locked, wouldn't make a decision to go left or right. Thank God. Now that was a fairly long pursuit run, so I should have seen a significant increase in speed points from that. And it's going to leave me in the Porsche, which is a fine vehicle to end in for this session. Huh. Yeah, not bad. About 8,000 speed points up, so.
Auto log alert.
Alright, well, thanks a lot for joining in on tonight's session or checking out later on the YouTube channel. So, again, this has been Agascally Stamus with another entry in my gaming diary for Friday, the 19th of August, signing off actually on the 20th of August at about almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm out, and join me again for another session sometime in the future. Thanks.